Now the meeting is being recorded. So I welcome you all again to the day 6 of our UI UX design bootcamp. So far, we have been talking about Figma. I'm throwing in some US tips that you yourself might not know now. But when we talk about US in detail, maybe not in this bootcamp, but maybe when you learn about US in detail, you may be seeing that okay, actually, I'm throwing some UX tips in our design. And of course, we have covered a lot of stuff in Figma. But that's not the end of it because there are still tons of things that we don't know yet in Figma. For example, stuff like pen. Actually, the drawing tool is not what I use on a daily basis as far as user interface is concerned, but pen tool is something we must know. Maybe during this week, I'm just going to create video that you can go through and use to learn some things on pen tool because pen tool is very important, to be honest. It's very important. And then there's some other thing that we've not talked about in the design panel that we are still going to talk about when we are doing our project. So when I came, the first thing that I talk about is that we want to create something, an interface that we can use as our projects, as our final projects all together. Of course, this is going to be a collective work. Okay, we are going to be doing it together. As I'm doing it, you are going to be doing yours too. It's not going to be as many projects as we've been doing so far because of um, those ones are just for you to learn some things in Figma. So now we want to make it to feel like a real world now. So that I myself have been thinking about some ideas of what we can create. But when I ask the people that came early, they say that Mr. David suggested something, and was a very unique idea. They said that if you can create a landing page for to advertise an old car, right? That people might want to buy. That's a very unique one. And we create a mobile application that people can actually see that old cars for it. So the landing page is going to be like, okay, oh, if you go through here, you can be able to get the old car based on what we are going to be putting on it. All right. And then we are going to use the mobile application to store the images of those cars. Okay. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, I stand good so you understand it because I myself, this is the first time uh, I'm thinking about that kind of things. And it's a very good one because it will not make me to do what it will not make me to show you what I've done before. I will show you everything from scratch, where we where you are going to learn how to wire frames and how you can turn wireframe into design yourself. I know it's going to be still simple. It's not going to be a lot robust because of the time that we have. But no matter what, you are still going to learn one or two things from it. Okay. So what I want us to do now is I want us to go to Figma and learn some things about wireframes. So let me share my screen. My screen is coming up. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please let me put up this light. Okay, let me navigate to Figma. So when we want to start designing interface, of course, this is going to be after the research. If you are designing interface, not every single thing you are going to be researching. What I mean by researching is US research. You are going to be assessing users, what they want, what they like, and the problem that they might be facing, and then how you can solve it by using user personas and all of those, then that's when the UI process starts. So we have two aspects: US research and UI design. In our case, we want to start with UI design. So after the US, suppose that we have, let's just assume that we have done the US part of it now. We want to come to design. So the next thing is actually, it's actually not straightforward to like, it's not like a rule, it's not like something that you must follow. The next thing I like to do is to talk about the mood board, right? Now, the way it works is not like maybe the mood board is something that I do on every project. It depends on the project. So Impact really want the mood board. If it's a client that has some experience with design, he wants you to give him or her some mood board. And mood board is just like a vibe of the website or the interface. What it's going to look like, how the element is going to be, how it's going to be structured based on some design somewhere. Okay. But that mood board I'm not going to talk about is because we don't need it for now. What I'm going to talk about is we are going to research, and after research, we are going to wireframes. So let's take a look at what is wireframe, because the last class I gave you some an assignment on wireframes. I know some of you don't do it because, to be honest, it's not that important. But now I'm going to tell you what a wireframe is, and you yourself are going to go uh, after the class. You are going to draw some wireframes of what you think the website should look like. Now, if you are good yourself, if you are been designing for maybe 1 year or 2 years before, you can go ahead, of course, and do your own research. Okay. But I just want to tackle people that their hand is not strong yet, so that we can all be on the same page. If you give me the same thing, the way I'm going to do it is not going to be, it's not going to be the way that I'm doing it now. But I want to keep a lot of things simple here. Okay. Put on this thing. So what is a wireframe? Okay. A wireframe is just like a visual representations of what your design should look like on a low on a low fidelity basis. Now, the word fidelity is just like what you're going to be doing is going to be a representations of the actual design. So think about it like if you want to draw a logo. You want to draw a logo, you don't just go to your design software and start to draw and start to design a logo. You quickly want to have a sketch on a paper. So after you draw the sketch, then you can then open your software and then design your logo in the software based on the sketch that you've drawn. That's the meaning of wireframe, actually. And some people go crazy and do it in some crazy way, but for me, I just sometimes I draw these wireframes like this on a paper, and then I translate it to Figma in some sort of digital wireframe like this one. So this is how it looks like. This is how a wireframe looks like. This one is not very clear. So you can see this image is not very clear, but you get to understand it. This one is not really important. So you can see here, this is an home page of a website that I have done in the past. This one is even for me, it's my portfolio. And you can see we have big hero heading here. And then after this heading, I put in some like rectangle. One is one is smaller, the other one is a bit bigger than this one, and then this one is lots bigger. And this is with this set with this text, SEO and load. This is just covering what I can do for people that want to design websites or interfaces. And I put this word here, unlimited creativity. This is just like my own imagination and what I've used with over the years with patterns that I've seen on the internet. And then I put in some boxes, and this is how just is going to look like. Maybe I even have this. Let me show you. I have somewhere. I think it's here. You know what? Let me show you the actual things. Okay. Well, let me show you the actual thing. I wanted to show you the design before I show you this one that I have coded. I already coded it since about this one is about last year. So just think about the design. This how the design looks like. This one is downloaded. I will have seen it. Okay. Let me just go here. Back to file. Search for my portfolio. Because I feel like don't let me show you the wireframe alone. Let me show you the design. When you see the design, you may be able to internalize the way this thing is going to look finally. Okay, this one is loading. Now let me go to the design. This there are fair plenty. I don't even know the one I later use. But let me just pick this one. Let me copy this one here. Okay. So you can see I have this is uh the menu. No, no, this is not clear. This is the menu. I have this menu, this nav link, spec, work, price, FAQ, and then contact. I think this is the same way I have it here. Now I have different thing actually. About work, get a quote, FAQs, contact, and then I have like logo here. So this big heading here, big hero heading, is the one that I have here. It does not have to be exactly the same thing. I'm just trying to draw an idea. And of course, we have this CTA here. So this CTA is just CTA just make call to action. That's the button that I have here. Okay. And you see this one that I have here, this design, build, SEO. This is the idea that I had before. But as time goes on, I change it to this. Okay. And then you can see this one, the way they look like. I have this box here. So this one is big, is wider. And then under it, I have two other boxes showing my ability. That is, if you hire me, you get unlimited creativity, design, premium quality. I think this one is reliable and fast. So the same thing here, but I think I've changed the text. A custom design website, premium quality, slick animation, and you can see this section that is showing me. This one should be on the other page. So this is the section that is showing me. You can say I'm just trying to put an idea. This one you can make this one to be as strong as possible. And after here you see website that I've designed. You can see this one is like a slider. If you click here, to be going here, we click here to be going to the site, and then you see my pricings, and then my process, and so on and so forth. These are the things that I use to design this website based on inspiration. But after this, we're going to take a look at how we can get inspired because you're not going to be creating this thing from your own head, actually. You're going to be using others people's design to create your own design. So that's what we call still like an artist. Okay. So you can see after this section that tells about me, what I do, then this section work. This one is not even on the wireframe, but when I'm designing, I put it there. Okay, and you can see this slider that I showed you before in the wireframes, and then this. FAQs, and so on and so forth. Okay, this one is a bit rough. That was why I put this one here so you can see. So this is what I mean by the wireframe. So on your paper, you can draw something like this just to show how is the UI is going to look like. And after that, you can make it digitalized like this. And then here, post icon. You can see here what we have is no icon, just like a box. And then you can see we are having the same thing, and so on and so forth. We are going to do the same thing today by drawing wireframes. So you don't just draw wireframes, as I said, out of your own mind like that, especially if you are still young in the field. How can you even know what to draw as a wireframe? That is where research is of a paramount value. It is something that you need to do before you even do anything. The more you research, or the more you can research about good design, the more you're likely to create a very appealing design. So in our own case now, you want to design, let me even write it down here. You want to design a landing page. I'm going to give this one like maybe 80 points so we can see it. I think I'm too sold out. A landing page for a mobile application that sells, is it fairly used car now? Fairly used cars. Okay, let's just start this. So now, one thing we just can think of now is that if you want to research, our research does not have to base on fairly used, fairly used car. Okay, it must not based on fairly used car. I can't spell fairly today. Our research can just based on cars. Okay, it is our own image that will determine that this car is fairly used. You don't have to do research based on exactly what you are doing. For example, if you are designing a mobile application for a pizza delivery um, business, okay, what they are doing is pizza. You can still do research around food. So they are in the same category so that you can even pick something that is not on pizza and use it for your own pizza. And that way is going to be a unique design. Okay. So landing page for a mobile application that says fairly used cars. That's all we want to be doing as our project. So you can go ahead now and go and check Behance, doing some research and get some inspiration. So we can use that inspiration to now draw wireframe. Now from that wireframe, then we'll be doing our designs. Of course, even if you are not really good with design, no matter how you do, how you get inspiration, no matter the volume of the inspiration that you get from the internet, your design is still going to look somehow. But in this case now, just follow what I'm doing so that you can have a decent design. So we have multiple ways to get inspired, as in multiple sites to get inspired. There are very plenty. This is the one that I use myself. I use Behance a lot. I like Behance. And Behance is, as I told you, that you should go and create an account on Behance. Behance is not just where you can get inspired, it's where you yourself can show your work to the world. And even you can even use it as your portfolio. Later, if you are searching for work, clients are going to be asking you for your portfolio. So if you have a decent Behance, you can just give them the link to the Behance, your Behance provide that they can check the design you've made over the years. This particular work now, all of us, we are going to tag each other because on Behance, you can tag all the people that collaborate on that project and show that, okay, I'm part of that project too, and it's going to show on your page. You're going to put it to Behance because it's going to be neat. That one is, I can assure you, it's going to be neat. So this Behance now, let me even, I already show you my profile. I think that was in last class. So we can then search what we want to design. and we can tap inspiration from senior designers or from good designs in general. Okay. But to be honest, if it's really something that I want to make unique, I don't really use Behance. I use other websites, and you can see I have multiple websites that I'm going to be showing you, so you can get inspiration from. But it's okay that we start from Behance. In fact, let us go through them. So this is Behance. So Behance, if you are looking for car websites now, you can just search for cars web UI. Okay. You click on enter now. You are going to be see car UI. Okay, you can see now we have one here, and you can browse to see the one that suits you. But for now, I'm not going to be opening them because I want to. But let me even open one. Mm, I'm looking for the one that is actually decent. None of them are okay, to be honest. Let me see this one. Okay, this one is good, but this one, I think this one, this with lorries or trailer, some shots. So you can see this guy is documenting his own process. Um, to be honest, I don't really like this one too much. They are not have inspiration for now. I just want to show you how it works. Let me go with this one. So when you are opening something like this, you are looking at good design over time. Your eyes begin to use with good designs. That's if you see bad design, you will be able to tell that this design is not good. So looking at design is something that you must be doing almost all the time, every single day. Be looking at good designs, looking at good design. That way you are training your own eyes to know what is good and what is not good. Okay. This one is documenting. And we see how we can be able to create our own color palette too as time goes on. Yeah, I like it. I like this because when we're talking about mood board, there are many mood board categories that we may just utilize. For example, this one is just like it's not like home service, but it's something that people want to feel and relax, and they want to be able to create some level of trust because if you want to buy a car, you spend a lot of money, so they want to make sure that they can get satisfied. And to be honest, I like these cars. Yeah. Okay, we have category A where we can be able to say maybe you want to buy um maybe you want to buy under category of what's it called? I'm not a fan of car too much, to be honest. Um, Benz. Maybe your is going to be on Benz. The other one is going to be on. You like help me up, please. Please help me. Which other category again? You can post category A. So the user can be able to click on the one that he wants, and then that's the one that he will be he will refill on this particular place. As you can see, this actually okay. I like this place. This is a nice treatment here. And then you can see, you can be able to show them the brands that are available in our stores and so on and so forth. This is a good one. I'm going to just save it here. And one more tips, if you find like, okay, well, this guy is a very good designer, you can see some of his work under here. Let me just scroll down. You can see some of his work here. You can know that this guy is a good designer. And then you can go through some of his work. So apart from Beyonce, the other one that is commonly used is Dribble. Okay. So Dribble 2 um is is a a play where the designers share their work, and from there you can get inspiration. Now, the way Dribble work is a little bit different from Behance. I think Dribble, somebody has to invite you so that you can be able to enjoy all the benefits of Dribble. And to be honest, I don't really post my work here. I think I posted about 3, 4 works in the past on Dribble, but I use Behance. So let me search for car website UI. Okay. Okay, you can see we have some decent design here too, and some of these things are very good, as you can see. So there's no way we can look at all these good designs, and when we are doing our own design, we are going to create something like we are going to create a crap. Our own design is going to make some sense. Okay, I like this one. Yeah, this one is giving vibes of luxury, which is not ideal for our own case because we are selling used car. But it's okay, sir. We can manipulate it in one way or the other. Um, Let me take this one too. One thing about this dribble, the reason why I don't like dribble is because of a lot of the designs are not easy to develop. It's not ideal in real world. It's not the best in real world. So developer may not find it easy to develop. That's why I don't use dribble. Because some of these people, so a lot of them are just doing something. The design is just going to head up and dribble. It's not going to go anywhere. And that's why sometimes I do something that's of reward. And that's why I use this one called one page love. So one page love.com. I know you have the URL of this website, the link to this website, beyond.net. And this one is dribble.com. That's triple B, dribble.com. This one is one page love. Okay. This one I will share the link on our resources document. So one page love, all of the designs on this one page love has been coded. They are real world websites. Okay. So this one is even specialized on landing page. Most of the design here are landing page. So what is landing page? Landing page is just what marketer use to tell you about a particular product. So that particular page of that website will deal on that, mainly on that product, on that particular product. Okay, and then they use it to measure, they, they use to track progress, how many products the website is selling, and that kind of thing. That's just the meaning of landing page. So when you go to that page on the website, it's going to be about that product. Okay. And in most cases, the home page is usually the landing page of most websites because they put a lot of work in that home page so that it can be well designed and it can be able to tell a lot of informations about a particular company. Okay, so we have many websites here. Let's search for what we are looking for. If you go here, you can see search. So let's search for car websites. And just go to this place. Yeah, so you can see that these are a bit minimal compared to Dribble and Behance because what we are seeing here is a real world website. It's not just a design that people are playing around with. But so far, I've not seen something that I like. Oh. Let me see this one. I like the way this one works. Oh. So you click on this one, I think it's a bit changing. But still, that one is too minimal for our example. Let me go back. But the whole idea of the reason why I'm showing you all this is because if you yourself want to collect some inspiration based on your own personal project in the future, you can use one page love. Let's quickly move forward. We have this one too. This one is template monster, and this one compresses combine templates from WordPress, from Webflow, and all those ones. So let me check for cars websites here. So if they are designing websites for WordPress, this may come in handy. Template monster. So here you can see some of the resources that can help you to create your own stunning design. And as you can see, this is not just for you to be able to uh, for you to be able to see the design. If your client is asking you that you should buy a template, of course, you can buy the template here. For me, I've not bought a template before. I designed template myself. Let me take a look at this one. This one is about tire. Let me see the live demo. You can see this one too. Because the template base is a reward stuff. Something that is they have developed in reward. Let me view demo. So you can see this is the website. And as you can see, it's okay, to be honest. I like it. It's a bit minimal. There's not too much noise. Yeah. But this one is more like an e-commerce where you can buy stuff. You can buy spare parts, you can see this is steering, tire, and so on and so forth. Okay. So the other one that I like is webflow.com. Webflow slash templates. Okay. Webflow, if you don't know Webflow is like a low code tools where you can build website without having to know how to code. If you're a designer, you have higher handle when it comes to websites. You can use a lot of all these low code tools to design, to build your own design. You can use Webflow, you can use Prima, you can use Wix, and so on and so forth. I myself am not using Webflow very well, but this year I've not been busy with Webflow because of NYC. But I like Webflow than any other low code tools there because it's kind of robust. Okay, so on Webflow, you can just go to webflow.com/templates and we see their library. They have a very good library of website design based on template now. Here you can search for any template that you like. And one thing I like about Webflow library is because all of their design here is developed. It has been developed with Webflow, so you can be sure that there's something that you can actually achieve with code. So let me search for our website. You can see we have some here. And one thing about Webflow is you could be seeing some crazy animation. Let me just go with this one. Let me go with this one so that we don't waste time. And you can see the price of the template here, $79. But nothing concerning with that. Just want to get inspired. Let me click on preview in the browser to open the website. So you can see what we have here. You can see that this is a video. You can see animation, nice animation that can actually inspire your own animation too in Figma when you are doing your prototyping. So you can see, yeah, this is nice. Okay. So some of this link, be documenting it because you're going to need it in the future when you are designing. Okay, so the next one here on my list is awards. I don't use award most of the time, but you need to know about awards. So this award is where a very carefully designs are uploaded, right? When it comes to UI design, award is like the best place to get website inspiration from. But the website inspiration from here, people are designing it just to collect award. If your design is very, very good and you upload it here and you get nominated for that design, you're going to collect one award or the other. Okay. I've not even logged in, but other than that, the reason why I don't use award is because it's not easy for you to find what you're looking for. Because and even if you find it, it will not suit your need. That's one thing about award. Let me search for cars websites. And the animation on one website is going to be something that is very easy. It's very hard to achieve in Figma. Let me see this one. virtual classroom. You can see the animation. That's one thing about our website. Well, this one is not a baby actually. This one is just a loader. Don't let me waste your time with this one. Let me move on to the next one. The next one is the FWA. So this FWA tool is where you can get inspiration from. And this one, I think this one is not only about the website alone or the interface alone. It has some library of article that you can read about how to get some things done yourself as UI designer. So let me just search for us websites if I get one. Now, there's some time that I just come to this website not to come and collect inspiration, but just to come and train my eyes. I even see here at the moment. This one is basically an article because we have editorial and something like that. Okay, but we are okay with this one. So let's focus on dribble and Behance for our own purpose. Okay, so this one, I said I like this one. This guy here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that we have to we have to know what we are designing for. We want to know what is within the client's acquisition, what the clients actually want. That's why if you are given a website to design or any mobile application to design, the next thing that you want to ask for is the brief. So that brief will now contain what you are going to do, what the client actually is doing. And let me show you how a brief looks like, a reward brief. Let me go to my documents now, because for now we don't have any brief. For example, if you are designing a flyer, the client has to show you the name of the event, the date, and everything. The same thing with the brief. And I'm saying the brief here because we're actually doing just a simple website, not something very robust. If it's robust, it's going to be a formal document. So yeah, for example, now this is a website for um, a company. Let me just say the guy that I'm working with now, G&W. So you can see now, this is the nav. On the nav, they have the logo, home, about us, service area, contact us, then more menu, blog and career. And under the hero section, this was going to be there. Okay. This title here, and then the description. That's the subtitle. And then we have form. And after form, we have trust buckets or trust badges, Facebook and Google, and so on and so forth. And after the hero section, we have trust badges and review section. Okay. And after that, we have the about section. That's the about the owner. We have our service section. After our service section, we have project photo section, process sections, why choose all sections, and so on and so forth. This is fact section and blog section, service area list section, and after that we have the footer. Okay, this is with the way website is usually represented. This is where we design our website. The website, it is common. You will see it. Most of the websites have navbar. After a navbar, they have hero section. They have some sort of testimonial sections and so on and so forth. It's very common. And I think as I told you before, show you the designs of this particular website. Okay, let me show you the design first. So this is the design of this website. Okay, so this is this website. You can see here, and of course, me, I have some experience designing websites for this guide, and I know what you like. That's why I put in something that they are not even in that document, like this one: family owned and operated, guaranteed satisfactions, and some other thing like that. But if you take notes, if you take a closer look at what we have here, this nav is the same thing as what we have in the document. We have home, service, services area, more about us, contact us, and then this phone number is a must. Okay, I think, yeah, okay. We have home, about us, service area, and so on and so forth. And the way the guy arranged it is not the best. So I arrange it more. On this left side, we have home, service area. On the right hand side, we have about us, then we have contact us, and then that's it here. And then in the Euro section, we can see we have just infant trusted painting and home improvement experts. That's what we have here. Okay. And then the description. Okay. That's what we have here. This is the Euro. No, this is not a document. This is the Euro. All of this, from this place to this place, is the Euro. Okay. That means from this place, let me select it. From this place is the Euro. And this one supposed to be part of the Euro. But because I want to show the picture of this guy here, I put this in other section. Okay. As time goes on, all this word, maybe if it are not really clear to you, sections, they will soon be clear to you one after the other. Okay. So after that, we have this trust badges and review, which is like a testimonial. We have it here like this, right? This is a testimonial, this is the review, and then this is trust badges. And after that, we have the about us section. So you can see this one is telling the story of this particular company, the mission of the company, and call to action, of course. So all of these are just design elements based on the inspiration that I got. Some of these things I got it somewhere. They are not from our edge, but I customize it. That's how you still like an artist. Okay. So you can see here our story, our mission, and then our service. You can see here we have interior painting, exterior painting, cabinet painting and refinishing, and so on and so forth. That's what we have here. You can see this is a service. Make it to be in forms of a tab. When you tap this on, these images, the heading and the description, we now based on this interior painting, the same thing with exterior painting, cabinet painting and refinishing and so on and so forth. And I'm taking my time to explain this to you because you are not going to be just designing thing from your head. You should have some of these things down before you start your research. Okay. And after this, you have project photo, you have our process, and so on and so forth. All right. So now, before we go on and do our research, so that means we have to have some sort of documents that is going to align how our website or our mobile application is going to look like. So we don't just do things that is not even documented at all, so that we can know what we are doing exactly. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize AI to do this for me because it can be time consuming. I said I want to read myself. So let's use ChatGPT to do that. So let's say write a description.
Sam, I can't hear you.
You
Okay,
cannot hear
like
me. Who else can hear me, please?
I can hear you clearly. Maybe it's from his from our hand.
I can
Okay,
hear you
that's your
clearly, sir.
network. All right. That's probably your network. Probably your network. So you can say write a brief or a description for a website, or let me just say a mobile application, um, that's okay. Before I put this prompt, if you want to do this by yourself and you don't know, you don't want to be doing this, write something with ChatGPT, you can actually use this website. It's called Fake Clients. Some of these things I did not even think that I'm going to share with you. It just coming to my head. Can use Fake Clients. When I was starting myself, those times I used this thing to get some briefs. So you can use Fake Clients. This one is it's not totally free, but at least you can use the free version to do some training for yourself. So you can go to, I'm not sure I know how this work again. So the website is fakeclients.com. So go to brief generator, then go to, you can see, you can use to do logo design, web design, graphic design, and so on and so forth. You can even use to do UI design. So let's go to UI design now. So on this UI design, I'm coming. Should be seeing some brief here. Okay, this one are free brief. There are some other brief that they are not free. Okay, but let's take a look at free free brief here. Brief just means in this case what the client wants. So you can see, good day, I am Will, Chief Executive Officers of Freshly Drop, a full service that deliver freshly picked meals. So this is about a business, and what they want you to do as a designer is, okay, I want to go there quickly. Okay. A full service that deliver freshly picked meals boxes for you to prepare at home. The recipes and items are carefully selected to our customers' wishes and needs and delivered right to their doorstep, making it incredibly easy to still cook and eat healthy and delicious without having to go through the hassles of finding the perfect recipes and ingredients. We would currently like to expand and also create an app with just recipes. So they want to create an app with just recipe. This way, we can get people into cooking on their terms and be able to choose their own recipes and then choose if they want to order the ingredients through the freshly drop service or just get the item themselves by doing grocery. We would like you to design the interface of this app. Okay. Now that's what your role is. Now this is what you're going to be designing. On the home page, we would like our users to be able to just scroll through recipes that they might find interesting. So you can go ahead and read this brief and by yourself create a design that match this brief. You can see it's very short. Okay. But for our own example, our own is not going to be here. If you want to use this place to, if you want to use this app or this website to generate our own brief, you have to pay because it's not totally free. Let's use ChatGPT for that. So write a brief for a mobile application that sells used cards. What can we call the name of the mobile application? Because we are going to need a logo for it. The name of this of the business is something like
Tokumbo.
yeah, Tokumbo. Why that's Tokumbo. So the brief should also contain all the necessary information for the landing page. Let's just say create a list of categories of cars that will be display display in the mobile application. The content should cover all pages of the application. Let's say maybe ChatGPT will give us something good. Let me just say finally, because I want to be in forms of a document now, export this in document like so I can open it with um, Google Doc. Okay, write a brief mobile application that says use cars. The name of the business is Tokumbo. The brief should also contain all the necessary information for the landing page. Create a list of categories of cars that will be displayed in the mobile application. The content should cover 4 pages for the mobile application. Okay, export this in document like so that I can open it. Okay, let's see what we have here. So when we have that now, we know what we are doing. Then we can go and take inspiration. When we take inspiration, then we draw wireframes and then we design the interface. Okay. Now this one is going to open in Microsoft Word. Ah, this one is getting longer than what I thought. Okay, not bad actually. You can see now this is okay. Tokumbo is a mobile application designed to make the process of buying and selling used cars simple, secure, and transparent. I don't want to go ahead and read all of this. Let me just copy it, and I'm going to put it um, on Google Docs so everybody can have access to it. The format is going to be maintained. Yeah, not copy it. I think I copied it. Yeah. So let me change this name of this document to Tokumbo mobile application brief. That's okay. Okay. So we have a list of what, and we have a brief of what we are designing now. Okay. And then you have to send you a brief like this. What I like to do actually is that I send them a question. Okay. That question is contained what I feel like the client should be able to answer me. But I don't even know what that question is again now. It's supposed to be in one of my own Google Doc too, so that I can know what the client actually wants. But for now though, what you need to do is you have to read this carefully. Carefully. You don't just jump into it. Though. You have to understand every bit of every single detail of the client's brief so that you can be able to actually been solving the problem that the clients want it to solve. They won't just want to give the design a very fine design that does not address half of the problems that the client has in his or her brief. So let's quickly go through this because it's very important, and I want you to get into the habit of going through a brief very well. So Kumbo is a mobile application designed to make the process of buying and selling used car simple, secure, and transparent. The platform connects buyer with verified sellers. Okay, so that means verified sellers, providing user with a wide range of cars at affordable prices. So Kumbo focuses on reliability, trust, and user-friendly navigation to ensure customers enjoying a seamless car shopping experience. Okay. So on this app now, with what ChatGPT, of course, everything that we don't like, we might remove it. It's verified sellers. Okay. So that means that we need to be able to create some level of trust for our user that the car is actually good and something like that. So landing page first. The landing page of the Tokumbo mobile app will serve as the first touch point for users. It will feature essential information and clear call to action button to guide users through the app. The landing page will include the following section: hero section, as I've shown you before, eye-catching banner image of popular cars, tagline, affordable used cars at your fingertips, and a browse car button. Search bar, prominent car search with, I'm not going to ruin all those details for now. So we have search bar, landing page, picture listing. Yeah, we can put them some of this thing like this, picture listing too. Category sections. Yeah, this one makes sense. Why it's a combo. Yeah, this one is okay too. And then we can see testimonial. So some of these things are just um, what I've seen before. This is how you design websites. It's always follow this structure. So of course, the last thing that you want to have is the footer. And then categories of car, sedan, SUVs, hatchbacks, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the application is here. When we get to the application, then we go through this one. But for now, let's focus on this. So we have something to work with now, hero section. Okay, so now let me just explain to you because if I want to do this by myself now, I may not even take a look at all the section more than 2 times. I know what they want now. I can go ahead and be doing my research. But I want you to have at the back of your mind of what you are doing. So I'm going to go to Figma back again now. Let me go to our own page. This may take some time because it's the the first thing that you're going to be doing. And if you get it right, even if the design is not good, it will still address what your client asks you to do. So let me create a document. Yeah, I want to create a frame, and I'm going to create some text of what we are going to be doing. So we want to create home page. And I'm going to put this inside of an auto layout. Let me give it a color. It is not important, of course, just like for a fancy stuff. Looks like this, and this one to white. After home page, what else do we have? We have search bar. We even need this one, search bar. I may remove this one because this one is going to. Let me just remove this one for now. You know what? You can do it in your own, but I'm going to remove it. I don't want that one to eat our time. So you have feature listing. You just go to copy this one. I may put it later in the future, sir. Not auto layout like this. So now I can duplicate very fast. So this one is picture listing. This auto layout is not set to all content. Load density all contents like this. The next thing is category section. This is my own process. So some people don't follow um, some of this process like this when they design their own. Because as a designer, as time goes on, you will develop your own process and it does not have to be the same to every other designer. But for now, if you're just a beginner, you would have to just follow my step. And as time goes on, then you develop your own process. The same thing with coding. That's what I even told my students today. Okay, well to combo. There's no any right or wrong answer to your process as far as you solve the problem. You have CTA. Yeah, and of course the footer. Okay, so now you're good to go. So, boss, we are doing UX now. We can be addressing the US problem with why, and but because of we are not doing it, let's just focus on UI. Let me just put this onto our content too. And then I'm going to put on frame. We are designing websites, right? So we are always going to go with desktop. Okay. Let's go with desktop like this. Okay. And I don't know why this particular LGBT result is missing nav bar. There's no nav here. You can see there's no nav here. But on every website, there's going to be a nav bar. The nav bar is like a must because that's what users will use to navigate. And I know this because of my own experience. So I'm going to include nav bar. I'm just going to duplicate this one now. And we're going to put nav bar like this. Okay. So we have like how many sections? One, two, three. This one is not sure. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Now, okay. So let me just rename this frame to landing page wireframe. And I want to go fast now because our time is okay. So the first thing that I will do is after this, I want to set up the grid system. I don't think I've shown you a grid system on website before. I just use it on mobile now because of not on mobile application. But for websites, I like to go with this particular go to your layer grids and click on this add button. Then go to column, go to column. On column, just put 12 like this. So I already explained what imagine is and what gutter is. So for the margin, make it 60 like this. And then for the gutter, let it be 40. I like to work with this. Depends on the size of your container. By size of your container, I mean, if you should draw a container, let me draw a rectangle now. From this place to this place, depends on how you want it to, how wide you want it to be. So this one is 1320. Okay. So this is the type of container that I want to work with. And I like to work with this most of the time. But sometimes, if all my design is going to be at the center, I may go with something like 1100 like this. It depends. But for now, let me just go with this one. Okay. So you to draw this grid like this. And after this grid, if you are drawing a wireframe, it depends on your own process. Okay? So I don't like to worry about anything like color. Don't worry about that. I don't worry too much on icon. I don't worry about image. It's just wireframe. And in most cases, I like to do some sketching work on paper so that I can make my idea unique. But for our own purpose now, I'm just going to be doing it here. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to just put out some color, not color, just shade of black that we can work with, that we can be able to have some level of good contrast. And so, let me put them in auto layout. So you can see I use auto layout a lot. That's why I know how to use this very well. Then you put it onto 24 like this. And what I want to do is I want to duplicate this one and I'll put the size of, let me call this one container. Container, I want to put it here. I want to make it to be 1400 like this. Okay. Now, so let's count the children elements. You don't need to do this one. And I put them to field container. So now I can align it here. Good. So if I'm now duplicating this now, to be all of them will be adjusting like this. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to now pull this one to, let's say this one complete black. Yeah, this one maybe something like this. You don't have to follow any particular color code here. So if you want to do this one in 20, 20, 20, and I'm going to select all this one. I put them into this one. So this one. So I'm going to change. Okay, it's already in. It's in RGB. I'll change this color mode to HSB. And let's go with HSB. So I want to be selecting like this. I'm just going to be clicking up button so that I can be increasing the values of the brightness. Okay. So that I don't have to do it with mouse. I think I pressed it 2 times. Then I press this one like 3 times now. 1, 2, 3, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12. Let me make it going to be 15 now. So I'm just going to push on like this and I'm going to 1, 2, 3. All right. So now we have some color that we can work with because I don't want to introduce any color. When you're working on color to design for this brand, I will tell you how you can. I will show you some tool that you can use to generate color for yourself. So let's see what we want now. We want navbar. We have home page, search bar, feature listing, category sections, white cucumbers, testimony, and so on and so forth. And by the way, if you're working with a real client, at this point now, you must have your assets. Okay, as you can see. I think this website, we have shown you this one before. Okay, let me use this one. For example, this one now, I already have the logo. Okay, and then I have the color from the brand. Even if you are drawing wireframe, you need to apply the color. I already have the logo, and of course, all this image from the client. The client will send you all this one, all these trust badges because you are not in this field, you don't know the one that get this particular complaint satisfied. You have to ask for all of this one. You logo again here. You can see these people, their images, and then the surface image of all the section. They will send it to you. You're not the one to do that. And this particular thing, they don't send this one to me actually. They send it like a flyer, something like that. Just generate this one with ChatGPT, and then I design some custom icon for them. And then yeah, this image is coming from the client. You can see I create a separate page for brand assets. All those brand assets, I put them here. There are plenty. In fact, the picture is too much. You can see what this is what they sent to me. I use is from this place I generated that particular icon that you saw. There. So as at this point now, the clients to have show you or sent you some of the brand details and some of the assets that will help you to create the final design. But for our own example, in this particular place, we're not going to be needing those. When we are done with the wireframe, then we can proceed with generating color, logo, and icon that we need. So let's move quickly here. So after this now, as you can see now, we have a fairly good understanding of what we are doing now. So we can then move on to getting inspiration. So let's go back to our peers. So actually I like this, to be honest. You can see, I don't know, this guy, the name of this is Car Circle, Driving Dreams, Delivering Quality. This is a website, so what this guy does not put, he does not put nav link here. I think it's very bad. Uh, Okay, yeah. No, this is not a nav link. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it is. So that one is just like um an intro. So we have some notification messages. This is nice. So you can then, if you like, what I like to do sometimes is I just take screen grab of this particular page. So if you want to take screen grab on desktop, you press window. I'm coming. I want to on my laptop keyboard light. So you press window and print screen. Now, as you can see, that's the screen grab. Okay. So if you go to your screenshot folder now, yeah, it will be there. Upload of screenshots. So this one is loading. It will come there. So you can from there draw it to Figma. So let's wait for it. You have a question?
So how do you screenshot the what you want to take to Figma?
You press window and print screen. That's print screen on your keyboard. You will see it's under the F row. All those function row. You will see print screen there. The one that
Okay.
is PRT and SC. Did you see it?
No, no, I've not.
On that F row, you will see PRTSC.
Where do you say it is again?
On the F rows, those function rows, we see F1, F2, F3, and so on and so forth.
Okay, yes.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen it.
So we see
Uh,
PRTSC. That means print screen. So when you want to take the screenshot, just hold window key and press that print screen once. Okay, so we have it here now. That's finished loading. So let me just drag it now to Figma. Now drop it here. Now, if I am working In a real world project, I don't do all of this in a page. I do it most of these play things in page that I like to call playground. So you can see I have brand assets, I have star guide and mood board, and I have playground. So it's on this playground that I do all of these things. So after then, if you see my playground is always rough because it's where I'm generating idea, where I'm searching for things. Some things are not going to work. This is where I always change some of things in my wireframe too. That's not going to be according to my design. You can see. And then yeah, I brought some of these assets and I tried something that worked. Sometimes I have about 4 different fashion here. And then the one that I'm later satisfied with, then I carry it to the design page. Okay, just so that you know. Because as we are doing the design, the design is all about iteration and reiterating. You're going to be doing it again and again till you get the perfect thing that you're doing. Nobody is like sometimes it's come very fast, sometimes you do it for a week, be twisting it all around before you get the one that you like. Okay. So but for our own purpose, I'm just going to be doing everything here. But I'm going to keep it as clean as possible because if I'm doing this, sometimes it can get rough. So I'm going to just scrub this one out like this. Okay. Yeah. So this is one euro section that we can take a look at. And we can see how we can twist it as time goes on. So let me go ahead. So this is what they mean. I think this is what they mean by search. Okay. This is what they mean by search. You can see my search here. When you search, and then you'll be able to see the amount and everything here. I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's see. This is a category. This category is very nice, actually. The one thing about Dribble is that you can't get this picture here. I don't think you can get. Let me see. You can't download it. But if it's a website now, you can be able to do it very easily. And I like this place too. Sometimes, if I'm looking at this thing, I don't even take screenshots. I'll just grab it with my brain. That's what I need. I don't even have to take screenshots. When I'm designing it, it will come back. So I like this one too. It's showing some cars. And this is what they call CTA. This is call to action. As you can see, this says there's nothing here down showing this picture and then these two buttons. So these two buttons are the CTA. And to be honest, the way they are designed here, yeah, they are okay. Actually, I feel like once you have another color, but anyhow, it's okay. Yeah, I feel like this footer for me is kind of weak. So we can improve our own, but it's still very nice to be honest. I don't want us to take a look only on one particular design. So let me duplicate this page now, and I'm going to go back. So let's take a look at something different. Let me see this one. Yeah, this one too is fine. But when it's still luxurious for our own purposes, since we are dealing with used car. But even without our used car is going to be decent. Yeah, yeah, it's something like this. And of course, if you like this design, you can come to this place and click on appreciate. And you can even go ahead, scroll down, and then comments. You can see comments. I feel like this guy work is cool. I can say cool here. Some of these comments too can get you followers. This is nice. But it's damn simple. You can make the card be like this. Okay. Now it is because of the nature of our boot camp. Suppose we have more time, I can show you the best way to do this thing because If you are doing this thing in Figma, it's going to be just a lot on your Figma file. Sometimes you can do this thing with these two here, called Miller Notes. You're going to create a board on Miller Notes, and that board in Miller Notes will have whatever you want to be putting there. So when you are in particular phase, for example, on research phase, then you create other boards on that particular thing that what you want to do. Maybe today you want to draw the user persona, tomorrow you want to do some ideation, these kind of things. And when you are doing what's it called? When you are doing inspiration, then you can put it wireframe inspiration on one board in Miller Notes. So from that it is a Miller note that you put all your screenshots. You'll not be in Figma again. So you'll be able to get everything in Miller Notes. If you need anything from Miller Notes, you can actually put it, pull out from Miller Notes and put it on Figma. So that way it's going to be a um little bit easier for you than to be doing everything in Figma. That's what I do sometimes with Miller Notes. Miller Notes is just like another tool that we use in UI design. But because of the language of this guy, I'm having some problem with it. I don't so ideally sometimes I can use a day to be doing this. Depends on the nature of the project. If it's something that I want to have basic design for, you have to spend more time researching. But if you just like want to do it very sharp, you don't have time to be doing all this. But you can see I like this one very well. To be honest, I like this. Yeah. So this is cool. It's cool. Can use this. Okay. So let me just go a bit fast now so we don't waste time. Mm, okay. Something like this. So when you gather here, you gather from here, you gather from there, you gather from there, you gather from here. Before you know it, you're getting something totally different. Yeah. You can see this card. I think it's nice. If you are designing a mood board for home surface, so be using large icon to illustrate and see what we have here. Okay, this is like category. Font is nice. This guy is trying. And some of his design. The boss we are dealing with pizza now. We can take a look at this one. Our time has gone on, and I want us to do something. So with what we have now, we can actually come up with something. Let me just go here and then copy. I'll spend grab all this one. Yeah. I want to make them to do like this. So I'm going to make them do like this, and I'm going to increase the space here. Okay. Put it to maybe 10. And I'm going to scale it down. We don't have any written down nav link, but that's not a problem. Let's see what we have here. Maybe as I'm putting some things down, maybe I can be getting some inspiration. This one does not have any laugh link. Okay, but no matter what, let me pull up my grid. So I told you, we want to toggle grid use Shift and G. Once we have a logo here, okay, what I've seen so far, I can make this into look like this guy's own, but that's not a must actually. We can make it. One thing that I don't like is all this icon here. Why are they showing? Why is all this icon showing here too much? And then this this color here is white, totally white. So we can make our own have some transparent and give it some effect. Okay. And then this button here is it's okay. Well, let's see how it goes. So I'm going to mimic it so that you can see. I can do something different now, but I want to mimic it so that you can see how you can take inspiration. So this one I'm going to call it logo. I can actually do this with frame. So let me just click on Control Alt and G. Now that particular logo is now inside this frame. Let me call this frame logo group. Okay. And I'm going to start creating our link because after logo, the next thing, if I let me bring it here. After logo, the next thing is link. So let's say we have um, let's say we have home. Now I'm not going to worry about the typography here for now because at this point we are still on wireframe. Okay. So this is enter. I'm going to just keep it as enter. That's the default Figma font. But I'm going to make this one maybe into like this. So I'm going to put it in auto layout. So shift and A auto layout. And I will rename it to nav link. Okay. So this nav link, I want it to have 20 padding like this. But that is too much somehow. But let me make it to be 10. And I'm going to make this one to be 6. Maybe it should be okay. Yeah. So I'm going to duplicate this nav link like this. I'm going to select both of them. Click on auto layout again. Yes. So all of them here. I then call them nav links. Each of them is nav link, singular, but their group is nav links. So you can call this one maybe something like delivery. We can change it in the future. Delivery or deliverable. And then this one, we can make it um, maybe something like promo. Not sure. Maybe later if I brainstorm on this, I can change this something meaningful. And I can change this one to, let's say, maybe something like facts now. Yeah, for sure. Facts. And then you can change this one to, let's go with contact. We can put about us here too. That's something that we can easily do. So I think we are okay for now. So then I'm going to center this, and then I'm going to copy some of this nav link. Right, this is just like um, this is just like a landing page. So the main purpose of this landing page is primary purpose is for the company, for the user, the visitor, to download the application, the mobile application, that they can be able to sell the car, they can be able to buy cars. But this one is download, primary goal. And then the secondary goal is maybe you want to have people to partner with us. You can see now I'm thinking about some idea. I can just put maybe partner here instead of promo. Or maybe you can also set car here like that. And then this one, maybe I can put this one to category. But don't worry, let me just leave it for this one first. So this one is auto layer. Don't forget what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a color. I'm not going to add any color. I just want to put a field there. So I'm going to use this black now. That's the reason why I press all this. And I'm going to make this one to be white. So you can see that this thing is small now. Let's put this one to 20. Then people feel like if you put this one to 20, that's the padding left and right. You want the top and the bottom to be 10, like this, right? But me, I always like to go a bit further than 10. Maybe I'll add 2 or 4, depends. Like this. I don't really like to follow all these rigorous rules by the way people are saying it. If I designer, you know what work for you. So I can put this on to 9 like this. Okay? And this one is the way I'm thinking about is looking a lot like this one is 60, don't forget. Okay, let me remove this thing for now. And you can see we can have some nav. We have room for nav. If you want to have search here, we can put a search button here. But let's leave it for now because after all, this is just we are still in the idea stage. So I want to select all of them. This one, this is the logo group. This one, nav link, and then this one. This one is nav link, but I'm going to rename this one to CTA. And I'm going to put it inside of another auto layout. Shift and A. Okay. And I'm going to call this one nav bar. Okay. So now we have nav bar. So what I'm going to do next, I want to put it inside of another auto layout again. I can even call this one container, but let's just do it for now. So select this nav bar, shift and A again. So what I want to do is I'm going to change this to 440 like this. I'm going to align it to the center and then center here. Okay. And this one, center like this. Okay. Like this. Okay. So this, I want this one to go up. Okay. So let me put this to probably 20. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that it's aligned here like this. Okay. So this is what we've got now. So the space here that we have here, we can then take a look at the space of the nav link. What we have here is, I think we have 0. Let's go with 20 pixels for now. And as you can see, as I'm pressing this now, it's now having some, it's expanding. And that's not what I want. So what I want to do is this nav bar. Remember, the size of my container is 1 3 1 3 20 like this. Remember, okay. So I want this now to set to auto. That's the nav bar. Okay, like this. So this one will maintain the 20 pixel now. And if you check this one, we have 60 to the right and 60 to the left, and we have 20 here and 20 there. Okay. So let's see zero station that we like. Yeah, this one is okay, to be honest. With this, everything is center. This one too is okay. You know. Okay. I'm not going to waste time on that. Let's suppose I want to try to copy this guy, but it's not going to be exactly the same thing. So let me just click on F, and I'm going to draw a frame. Difference will be this 140 40, so that expand. Okay. So I want to give this one color. Let me just give you this one. And this one, let me even give this one to a color. Let me give you this one. It depends on what I'm designing, but at least, but most time I like to go with something like 740. That's the height of the arrow. Okay. So if you are designing, you can toggle this one, toggle this panel, this layer panels, and this inspector by pressing Control and what is this one called? This vertical line, this backward slash like this. That's the one at the top of your enter, and then you can zoom in to see what you are getting. So you can see what we have now. If you add other things here, it still makes sense. Okay. Let me put out my layer grid again. Let's say you want to have maybe our own may not be too much like this. Maybe you can just have 3, maybe 2. It depends. I made it 2 a bit big. I'm not sure. Or maybe 3. And as you can see, when we are importing our image, it's subject to change. After the zero section, we just end here for today. So in our next class, uh, we continue. We go very fast. So what I want to do is, I want to make sure this one is aligned like this. And then this one is 36, which I don't like now. Let me just make sure it's 32. Well, it depends. Let me make it 40. That's 40. This one is 40, and this one too is be 40. That's consistency in action. And then I can just put anything here. Let me just say hero title goes here. Now, if you have the time, you can write something meaningful here to help you, but I don't want to be thinking about what to write now. We can then make this one big. And now, It depends on your own level of experience to know maybe you want to add some more thing or you don't want to add some more thing. But for me now, I feel like there should be some little design elements here, maybe short I can just add inside of this place, just to make it a little bit pop. But maybe not in wireframe actually. Maybe when you are doing the actual design. But let's just add the wireframe here now because we are we are having a very good headway now. Even if you are importing our image now, if the image is if it's too big, you can just have two images. One go here, the other one go here. Okay. But I don't want something that will be too flowery. Okay. So we are going good with the hero section. And when the actual design comes to we are designing the actual things now, you begin to see that we are making sense. Okay. So you may try to do what this guy did here. Let me even center here. Hero title goes here. Title goes here. I want it to be more than that right here. So just for us to put some emphasis, maybe we can reduce the color of this one, something like this. Okay, something like this. And then this one. So complete white. So this one is just like a very good reminder when you are doing the actual design that okay, maybe you want to add more emphasis on this text or you want to even now this we have two colors here, white and this shade of black. So I want to make this one to be a little bit pop. What I can do is that when you click on this item, this text, there is selection colors. So the element that you select on your Canva, on your artboard, you will see their colors here. All of their colors. There are more than this to be here. But let's go, you just have only two. This white and then this 8. I want to make this 8 to be more pop like this. Okay. We are good to go. As I said, I can add some design elements here, but I don't want to waste our time with that for now. Let's see if we can do more on one section. This category makes sense. Yeah, make a very good sense. Then the category of this guy. Let me even tell the category of this guy. This guy two category makes sense. But for now, let's go with the other one. So we are doing it not only on one design. If you are doing it one design, just like you are copying the design. So all we have here, of course, it's not going to be exact same. Let me cover this one for now. I'm going to be very fast too because we still want to design the mobile application. Maybe I'm even going to give some parts as like assignments for you to go and do so that all of you don't have the same thing. But I really want you to follow it so that you can be able to see it on your Behance that you do this with me. I can tag everybody all along. So class categories. So you can see what we are doing here. This, if you look at this structure here, this layer here, this one is center. Everything is center. But this one is everything here is not center because you're having category here. So if you are copying something from other people's design, make sure that you establish your own standard. That if you want to go center, of course, there's no any particular way that even if you start center, you can put your thing here. But at least you want to maintain some forms of uniformity. Just don't want to be doing your things anyhow. Okay, because this one is not the same as this one. But for now, let's just make this one to be at the center. We are just going to, the way we are going to write the category might be different. So let's just design the card now. We have 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So then put up my layout grid. You can see now, here we can come in handy. Click frame. So frame. And I'm going to draw something that looks like this. 413. Let me give it a color. Just press I and so choose this color. Then something like this. Control D. I don't need this one. Just for them to fill this gap here. What I want us to do now is see what we have here. So you can see the reason why sometimes for you to do this with paper is okay. So you don't come here and on a regular day, I don't do it this way. If I want to get inspiration, I always do it on paper. Sketch it on paper. You sketch all of this on paper. After you have sketched it on paper, to be easy with paper, then you can come here and be doing your wireframe based on your own paper wireframes. Did you get it? So it will not be like you are just copy somebody design now, but you will have checked the thing that you like on their design and then put everything to paper. You will have done everything. But because of one purpose here, I just keep doing it this way. So we have the name of the car category. Okay. So this one is going to be white. So I'm going to go with this color for now. That's D9, D9, D9. Go and start the same thing your own design. No? Okay, go and start the same thing your own design. We have our own category, in fact. Let me check it. Okay, this is our own category. So the text that we're going to be used here, let's just make it 24 for now. This is when Star Guy comes to play. After wireframing, the next thing that you want to do is creating a star guide. But since we are doing something very simple, maybe 16 by 6, but let me make it 24 by 24. Or if that is too small, I will adjust it. Okay. And then we have something like this arrow, or this arrow now. I'm just going to draw something like this with this color. And then the image of the car. Let me duplicate this one and I'm going to put this one like this. I'm going to use white. So that way I know there is an icon. And the next thing that we have is some description. Okay. For the description, I'm not going to write anything. Let me just write here like this. So here, I want the space to be, let's say, it will depend on the image. Later, 32 by 32. This is all we have 24. Okay, let me make it that 24. I want to make that 24. I just have to plus 2 now. Plus 2. We're going to use 24 now. Maybe we can make this one to be like this. Since we are doing a wireframes, and I want it to be a very low fidelity wireframe, even though we are doing it in Figma. I don't want to be doing something that's very detailed. We don't waste time. I'm going to stop here. Let me group this one. I'm going to call this one icon. Okay, let me put icon. Let me just put arrow. Let me use icon in Flash. Let's put arrow. Usually, your mood board determines the kind of arrow that you will use. Because of we are dealing with cars now, and even though it's used, we still want to give our just level of uh, quality stuff, some bits of luxury, because no matter what, as far as we think car, it should be okay. So I'm going to use arrow that's a bit have that kind of connotation, and just say right arrow. Maybe this one can help. I can go with this one. Let me try this one. Five. So let's see. I'm focusing on the geometry I learned in school. So 145 for what? 135. I'm going to enter into edit mode now. So long. I'll delete this one. And I'm going to put it in a new frame like this. I'm going to cut it from here to there. And then let me change this icon to frame. Yeah. So you can see here, you may not follow what I'm doing as I'm doing my own again because some of this thing may be a bit advanced for you. After this, we finish this class. Okay. Yeah, I think it's not that bad. So I just want to align with this one. Maybe you can even make this circle bit like this. I won't waste time on that. Let me put this one out. You can see what we have. It's not even the same as this one again. So now you can just remove this. And of course, this one should be aligned like this with this one. The one thing is that this guy is not 24, so it's 24. So we are measuring the size here based on this icon, not this one again. You can put this to layout. Okay. Okay. So let me copy this, Control C, and I'm going to replace it with this one. Okay. I'm getting there. Let me put this one to side for now. So we can then, you are designing your to layout. I mean, you are designing a landing page. So our own headings will be a bit different. We can say we have, maybe we can go with uppercase. We have it on all categories. Let me this one is both. 24. Let's go with 40. That would be heading 2. I want to make this page to be 60. Okay. One here. Of course, it's not important for now. This is just for your frame. One here is 40. One here is 40. 40. So 40. Okay, so we stop here for today. And our next class, we continue. Maybe one of these days we'll just have class before our next class so that I can finish this. After all this thing, we still want to quickly do some prototyping, some animation. But for now, let's just stop here. As you can see, it's kind of, you know, as time goes on, we are going to do some little editing. You can even add description to this. This at this point, you are still trying something out. It must not be like this, what I'm going to design. You can feel like it sometimes. All of this one, I can remove it, but see anything that I even like that is more than this. But let's just put it this way for now. And we are going to keep on going and continue with it in our next class. And I hope this one gives you some insights into how we design interface from scratch. Okay. So let me just stop here in case you want to go and do something. Because this class is set to be 2 hours. Are we still together?
Yes, sir.
And so let's stop here for today. Because some of you want to go and do something. So in our next class, we continue. And I want us to finish this design. Even though if we can even finish everything on the mobile application, even if it just because I want us to create something like a login screen together, and I say something there, and maybe probably say some resources that you can use in your own personal design before the end of this podcast. After now we have just about 2 classes left, and maybe we are going to make it to be 3 classes so we can finish everything because we are not done with a lot of we have not touched a lot of things. and we must touch that prototype is important. That one you must at least have some basic understanding of it before you finish this bootcamp. And I hope you enjoyed the class today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes,
now
sir.
next class we continue with the design. Do you have any question?
No, no question. Me, I don't have any question.
I don't have, sir.
Okay, so that means everything is okay. I know some of you are.
Yeah, I have a question, but although it might sound stupid anyway.
No question is
Hello,
stupid
can you
though.
hear me?
Very well, I can hear you very well. Mr. Egunjebi, I can hear you very well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, Mr.
Okay, I
Kunle.
said I have a question, but although it might sound stupid to some of us here,
And that's what I'm
and
saying. No question.
it might not be related to what you have done.
No,
Okay,
no.
how do we how do we screen record? Like how do we screen record? Maybe a video to use in our designs or something. So how do we screen record it with
How
our
do you
laptop?
screen, how do you screen record on a laptop to use in your design, or how you can screen record on your laptop?
Yeah, so
So
yes,
what
how
you are
can
saying
you
is that
okay, let's see how okay, let me ask this way. How you can screen record on your laptop? I guess that would be more better.
now it depends on
How to
the
screen record
laptop.
on your laptop.
It depends on the laptop that you are using. It depends on the model. It depends on you know the the functionality actually. But my own for my own laptop now is quite easy to do. So let me share my screen to you once again. So if you're using a modern laptop and your window is up to date and you're using Windows 11, now it depends on the window version that you're using. So this is what I do.
Mine is Windows 10.
Windows 10. You should do the same thing. Let's see. So this is what I do. I just press print screen. When I press print screen, you can see this. Can you see my screen? Hope you all can see my screen.
Yes, sir, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes.
When I press print screen, you can see I have this. What's the name of this thing? See game boss
No,
or
I,
something
I
like
can't
that. You can't see my screen.
I can't see your screen.
It should be your network. Oh.
No, I can't.
I can see the screen.
It should be your network. So here you can see what we have here now. We have camera. Okay, this is what's name. This is for recording. If I click on this one now, I can record. If I click record now, then I can then drag any part that I want to record. Because I want to record the entire screen now, right? Then I'll go and click start. So 3, 2, the countdown begin, and then you can see now that my recording has started. So this is how you can do it on your with your if you're using Windows 11, even on Windows 10, I think it's the same thing. I think I've been when I was using Windows 10 that time, I think I was doing it this way. But to be honest, I've forgotten. I think that's about 2 years ago. But it should work like this. Try it. Does it work? Can you hear me? So this is how I screen record. This is how I screen record. If you click on stop now, now you can see what you've recorded. You can play it. Okay, the name of this tool is it snipping or snapping now? Let's just call it snapping tool. This is snapping tool. So maybe you can set it on your with your window. So sniping Sniping tool. Click enter.
Okay, sniping tool. I have sniping tool
You
on
can use
my
snapping
on
tool
my laptop.
on your laptop. You can use snapping tool to do it. But this is, I think, snapping tool is window
That's
inbuilt
something to
application.
okay.
You can also use other application too. You can get it from Windows Microsoft Store. It depends. You can also use this one, Loom. But I think with Loom, you only have about maximum of 5 minutes for free on free version. So you have to pay some money for them for you to be able to record anything. But with Loom, you can share with any other person as much as possible. But snapping to is what I use sometimes. I want to just do maybe a quick recording. In fact, this day before I record for YouTube, this day if I want to start my YouTube again, I still be using some snapping too. But you know me, I'm using Google Google One account. That is Google professional account. So you can also be doing it like this as you are doing it. Google Meet is recording your call and then you can stream it to YouTube directly. So it depends. You have different ways of doing it. But if I want to deal with my local window, I use this snapping tool. So you can play around with it. If you get it, it's not something hard. Do you have any other question? I think that should be everything, right?
No, I don't.
Okay. Did you get the snapping tool right? Does it work for you?
I usually use sniping tool, but that's to screenshots.
The same tool can be used to screen record.
I use sniping tool to screenshots, and I also use awesome recorder.
A snapping tool can screen record.
I've not tried it. I'll try it.
So just
I'll
play
try
around
it.
with it. You will see the option there. Snapping tool is what I use to do it. If I want to do it locally with my window inbuilt system. Okay, so that's it for now. So should I give you an assignment of you creating design by yourself that is not what I'm doing here, so that you can be able to do the same thing and replicate it on other design too? Or you want to do exactly what I'm doing? What do you feel like we should do?
Mm,
What do you feel like we should do? Because if you ask me now, I will say that you should go and do something different too.
okay, sir.
Okay. So go and do something different, and that's going to be like your assignment. So this one, you are not going to submit it until you are done, because maybe, um, but maybe you can have a day that you can actually show it to everybody, and then we can do some correction. Because, but this idea is not even my own idea. Suppose I know this is what I want to do, I would have used my own idea, but I'm using somebody else's idea now. But the person can actually go with other ideas. So that I just want to show you. And I use this one because I don't want to come up with my own. If I should come up with my own idea and I do it without, if I don't do it here now, it may look more polished and it may add some process that I go through myself. So that's why I want to be doing it in front of you guys. And I'm going to be doing it with all of my honesty without having to do everything I'm going to be doing. You'll be seeing it. If there's any for me to improve something on the design, you'll be seeing it. So now you go ahead and do the same thing that we've done in this video into uh, your own design. And I know if you are good, see, if you are good and you have your own process, go ahead and use your own process and even create something that is even better than what you are creating. Is very okay. You can design something that is very cool. Do it, please. But if you are not, and if you are just starting, like you are not really good, then you can follow some of my process, and of course, there's no any right or wrong way of doing this thing. You can watch YouTube and see something different. Just make it cool, okay? But what I want you to do is that do not copy any design the way it is where you are copying it from. You have to tweak some things, and then you don't copy from just one design. You copy from different designs, multiple designs, and then you merge it to one. Without you are creating something that is not in the system. You are creating something new, even though the structure may be even be similar to something that you've seen somewhere, but it's still going to be it's still going to be unique in one way or the other. That's what I wanted to do. So if you have not shared me your link, share me today. Now I'm going to put together the link of people that have in my email, and I'm going to be seeing their artboard one after the other. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. And this is the day six. We have, let's say we have 3 more days or 2 more days to go before we close this bootcamp. And I hope in one way or the other, this bootcamp is giving you some insights to how you design and how you do your thing. And even is creating an avenue for you to start a journey in designing. So thank you so much for your time so far. And please do have a very lovely night.
Sorry, please. I have a question. Which link did you think we should send to you?
The link, your Figma file.
Oh, okay.
Have you sent it?
No, I've not.
Go and send it.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, so you create a file and you share me. That is something very long now. Now, before you started the class at all.
Before what?
Before we started the class, having classes at all.
Oh,
So go and check the videos and you create files and you see my email. I have my emails on the group chat. Then you share me so that I can see what you are designing. Because I may not be correcting your design in your what's it called in your main students page, so that I can be able to do it individually.
okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much once again, and bye.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Good night.